being on lockdown in various parts of the world, people really got to work this year.
We have seen very high traffic during the pandemic where people were very keen to learn more about blockchain technology and what is Bitcoin.
We've seen open decentralized finance flourish astonishingly.
So 2021 really is shaping up to be probably the biggest year this industry has ever seen. DeFi
is the ability to reimagine how the world's most important industry, financial services, operates.
There is a new wave of new type of talents coming in. It's not only the engineers in coding, but it's also, they are joined now by the engineers in finance.
Many more dApps will come and essentially will further prove that this can be scaled to a greater extent.
Interoperability is going to become live.
Third-party custodianship is going to become a real requirement.
And a more traditional financial service will become decentralized finance.
You saw how Asia attacked so many different problems in a different way than the rest of the world. The advancement of central bank digital currency was really surprising how fast it picked off this year.
Digital is the trend. We're going to see that grow. And I think mobile wallets already prevalent in many countries within Southeast Asia.
You will see other Asian countries or larger economies within Asia start to move into that space. The logical one being Japan. That is the largest trader away from China.
It's not yet been the case, I think, that China's efforts in DLT have been politicized, but I think that they will be.
I think we're going to see more awareness of what it can do as smart contracts kind of take hold in the public imagination, including in the legislative and political imagination. China is making some really big moves, and I think that that's starting to become a little more public. And I think we're going to see, is the world really going to push back on their conception of what comes along with using a Chinese technology, like certain issues around privacy or things like that.
But if you look at digital Thailand, you look at Cambodia launching a CBDC, these economies are really looking to leapfrog traditional phases of development, and so really presenting some really interesting opportunities, for innovation.
Obviously, with the pressure that Brexit is going to likely bring, I think that it makes sense for the UK to try and be bringing forward their plans for that central bank digital currency.
A lot of governments are realizing that it's important to regulate this asset class, so that more legitimacy comes in. A lot of people, institutions also invest in this.
It really shows that there is an institutional and regulatory adoption. So it's a very, very strong news here.
Is in 2021, we might see Indian market booming.
We're going to have a singularity event at some point where the world of traditional financial services and the native digital asset space are going to converge.
Blockchain, cryptocurrency, other kinds of digital assets are just a natural evolution of the internet protocols and the web protocols.
There will be global investors, family offices, investment banks, hedge funds, you name it, right? They will continue to invest and take large positions in crypto assets.
We will see formal recognition of CBDCs. We'll see them integrated into the financial system progressively.
But it's an industry of small players, and that's going to change. We're going to see consolidation. We're going to see players that were important become unimportant, and the tech giants are going to make their mark.
BBVA, Standard Chartered, Square, Stripe, MasterCard.
Maybe Microsoft, Facebook's.
PayPal's moved, Visa, a lot of these big players.
Governments, everyone's talking about this. They obviously see that there's a growing and important market here, and since they're intermediaries, they want to try and find ways to insert themselves into those marketplaces.
Yeah, big tech will be a very large focus for regulators and the law more generally. Their engagement in everything from payments through to e-commerce, even the adoption of blockchain technology, it will be and continue to be a huge sort of spotlight.
But if more real assets become digitalized, you will impact the traditional exchange, traditional bank, and there maybe will have a lot of discussion will come in how to regulate.
We're going to see the real fruits of that work, the R&D that was the foundation of DeFi, beginning to evolve and become important in ways that are going to change finance for years and years to come.
I hope that we will take away from this that we are all in this together, and we're all in a lot more of this, than we think we are together. One of the reasons that I, like so many of us, are really obsessed with, I would say, blockchain technology is that promise. it does have this potential to allow us to not only learn from the missteps and to really do better, to better by more people in more parts of the world.
It's more how technology could help us face really challenging problems.
And it's important to not lose sight of why all this matters.
It's really fascinating to see how the stars are beginning to align.